Hi, so welcome everybody. I'm going to introduce you to the external data provider in DX, what you can do, how you can use them. It will be around half an hour, 40 minutes, mostly through PowerPoints, and then we can go through some code example to show you. So why are we? What will you see? So you will see what's external data provider and what are the rendering capabilities of DX, what you can use to render your content. So the basic concept that we are trying to get is get content that are not created inside DX, but it is coming from external provider. The example here will be based on, for example, a Magento product catalog coming from your commerce platform, or you can connect to assets management, something like that. So the goal to achieve, it's a way to give access for everybody to your catalog and allowing to browse it online. So you need to have data, and you will need to have a web server. That's usually the simple use case you have. And then it can get, so this kind of simple use cases, it's usually very simple. You just need to expose the catalog somehow, so develop a connector and then render that catalog in terms of HTML. And you will be able to display those data. That's a very, very simple case, but then things can get really complex quickly if you have multiple catalogs. For each catalog, you will have to create a new connector, you will have to edit the display to fit this new structure. And then if you have more and more output outside of HTML, and you have access to, you have to just render for Android, for a new AMP, Google AMP HTML platform, for example. You will have to, once again, develop and customize your Java code or your code and create new connectors and things like that. So it looks like something like starts to be quite complex. We have multiple catalogs. For each of them, we have multiple adapters for the output of the catalog and for the rendering, depending on the outputs. And that's where we came up with that external data provider for Jaya. We'll show what we can achieve with that. Every time the project goes on and goes on, you will have new outputs, new sources to add, and the time is needed is increased dramatically. It's complex to maintain. So the goal here is that with DX, find a way to help you manage and centralize your development. So here it's to show you with that external provider that you don't have to think of DX as just a CMS, but as really as your entry point for all your connections. So it's external data provider. It's a quick development. We'll show you how. It's easy to maintain and easy to evolve. You can add capabilities all along the development process. So here we will have, for each type of catalog, that's the architecture we will have in the end. We'll develop an external data provider. It's really if the catalog is from a different nature. If it's the same one, you can use a factory to connect to multiple times the same type of catalogs. What the external data provider is doing, it's exposing nodes that will be seen as nodes for Jaya in the GCR. So everything else that is using the GCR will be able to use those nodes directly, especially the rendering pipe. So it means that if you have rendering already in HTML, JSON, or AMP of your nodes, as soon as you expose them with the external data provider, you will have access to those views on render and be able to render those data. So here we are trying to show you that it's making it easier for you to connect to external data and still already use the power of Jaya, of DX. Because this way, just developing a simple external data provider, and then you have all the rendering. So for prototyping and on testing connection, it's already quite fast, and then you can go deeper in the details and do specific views for your contents. Here it's an example of the result of what we can achieve with that external data provider. In a website, the demo website of Jaya, I connected it to a Magento web store. So in my contents, I can browse my products, I can browse by categories, and then I can drag and drop a product anywhere I want in a page and render it directly. So that's what an external data provider is used for. So to put your content in DX, you will have to develop some external data providers, and from now on, we're going to go deeper inside the code and see how it works. So what is an external data provider? Functionally, it's a way to virtualize content in the GCR tree. So you're taking data from a database, from an API, from whatever you want to connect to, and you expose it as a tree inside Jaya. And technically, it's like everything else in DX, it's a simple module to develop, an OSGI package jar, and it's going to deploy inside Jaya. So to create an external data provider, you will have to implement a few classes. One of them is an external content store provider that will describe how to connect and add the connection in the GCR, so that it will be seen as another entry point in the GCR under the root, and then you can from that you can browse your node. The external data source will be the one exposes the external data object, so that's where most of the job is going to happen. So the store provider is responsible to manage the connection, and then the data source will get the data. On an external data object, it's the nodes that you are exposing. So the simplest way to expose a provider, it's through Spring directly. So you don't do any UI, anything. You just hard code all your parameters. So you can just implement external content store provider and then you can pass parameter and like that. So I will show you some code example a little bit later. The provider declaration, then you can provide new capabilities that extension support or lock if you want to be able to lock the nodes in your external data provider. Then you have to implement an external data source that will expose the data. So it's a very simple interface that where you have to implement only a few methods. Mostly it's get the children that will return the children of the path inside so all the children under your root level, and then the tree. And then you can find your data either by path or by identifier. And if you have an external data system that doesn't handle identifier, you can Jaya will allows you to manage and create for you a unique identifier by path. So that for Jaya, you will be able to do references using UUID, so universal unique identifier. And then there is a few smaller methods about the node types that you are supporting, and if you support identifier and things like this. And each of those methods after that is returning an external data, the getItem by identifier and getItem by path. External data, that's a node, so that's where you return the ID, the path, and all the properties that describe your data. So it's really simple Java code. I will show you that. After that, there is a few extra interfaces that you can implement and that will add capabilities. By default, it's only read-only access to all the nodes with no control on the security access or anything like that. So there is interfaces to give and check the ACL from Jaya, for example, on a node. Support the privileges. Two of the most important ones are searchable and writable. That will, with writable, it will be possible for the users to modify the data in your external data system. And for the searchable, you will be able to implement on the respond to queries so that your nodes can be fully indexed and fully searchable. And then there is a few other ones for performances, for load children in batch, something like that. If it's really a big catalog, you might want to not load everything at once, but just in batch. So with those extensions, it's possible to enhance the external content with custom properties. And that's where the external data provider really shine, is that after that, your nodes will be part of Jaya, so you can apply mixins on them, like ratings, comments, to extend the data. And the content will be stored in a dedicated place in the GCR for you by DX. And upon retrieval, you still, on your side, you just have to retrieve the content of your external data. But then if there is any mixins, like for ratings, and that, when we get the node, all those mixins will be reapplied and it will be seen as only one node. So the merging is done automatically by DX. So it means that really for DX, those nodes, once they are exposed by the external data provider, they are really regular nodes. So they can be extended and you can apply mixins on all those things. You don't have to do and adapt your code anymore to do that. So you can really focus on mapping your data to DX, and after that, you have access to the full power of DX. Another way, and that's also another powerful part of the data provider, is that it's possible, instead of hard coding and implementing a provider directly, you can mostly work with a factory. On working with a factory, you will be able to allow the user to configure your moon points. And this will give you access to the server settings directly, where people can create new moon points and multiple catalogs, connect to multiple Magento, multiple file system, or multiple DAP servers. So in the server settings, there is a UI for the moon points. And here we see how to create a new Magento moon point, for example. That's a little prototype I was working on for this demo, so I will show you the code a little bit after. So the Magento, so here we see that there is one creation, and we see there is one, you can parameterize the URI, the username, and the password. And then you can play and start to mount or unmount the thing, and you choose where you want to mount the content. So right now it's mounted in digital contents Magento. And all I have to provide is a little GSP file that will make my wizard for Jaya. Well, it's a little bit more than just a GSP, so it's a webflow, so we'll see that. So I'm going to show you the code a little bit. So this example, it's a Magento Moonpoint factory. So it's using the factory implementation, which is a little bit more complex than just implementing a provider, but it will allow your user to have access to a wizard and allow to implement it. So you have to implement a Magento provider factory, which is one class that implements a provider factory. This provider factory will have to create the content store provider and set the data source inside it. And here the data source we are creating, it's a Magento data source based on all the nodes, on all the properties that the user has entered for the URI, the username, and the password. So there is a few definitions that you have to create for creating a moonpoint. On Jaya, from this, Jaya will work automatically for you. So you have to create a moonpoint itself, inheriting from GNT moonpoint. That's why you will store all your properties for your moonpoint. So here we have only 3 properties: the URI, the username, and the password. Then it's inheriting from moonpoint. We have another property, which is where to mount the folder generated. And then we have a Moonpoint factory page on the Moonpoint factory form, and that's where the form is working. So the form, it's a web flow as defined in Jaya, so there is a few entry points. In that web flow, we'll define that we have a factory handler that will create our Moonpoint with all the parameters. So this is just copy pasting from some example from the VFS1. And in the GSP, we will see in the GSP, so it's a very simple, form, the username, the password, the name, the URI, and the local path that will be bound to where to mount it inside DX. And then all the connection on the work inside to work toward Magento directly, it's all done in the Magento data source. So far, we just read properties from a node that is the Moonpoint, and connected the Magento data source to a provider, and that's where the work is done, and that's where you have to do your job and connect to your external data source. So in the end, there's a few entry points, but the class and the code is really all in the data source itself. This one is a quite simple example, and it's only implementing external data source, no other extra parameters or extra interfaces yet, like searchable or writable. So we can get all the products from a Magento catalog, but right now we can't edit them and things like that, or we can't do the query to search them on the call the index of Magento. But I can get all the products, all the categories, and I browse like this. So for the categories on the get children, we do some category queries inside Magento. The product. So to do all the queries, we are using Unison, which is a REST client for Java. And then the external data, here every time we are returning different type of nodes. So when you want to load a content, if we are at the root level, we're going to return a Magento store, which is a node type of type shop with a few properties, currency code, symbol, and static base URL, so that we know where to find the images. What is for this catalog, what is the currency of this catalog, so that we have an idea of what the prices are representing. Then if we want to browse inside categories, we have to detect that we are in R3, we are inside some categories, and then we return category for the category nodes, and then we have product nodes that contain other data, like the SKU, the price, and things like that. So that the content is really, on all the connections are really done in that data source. So I don't finish with Magento code everywhere. Everything is done in a centralized class that is the data source. So to go back to how to use that in DX, right now the external data provider is used by DX itself. Every time you use the studio and you browse the sources, or you create a new module, it's using external data providers. That module browser is based on the VFS external data provider with extended capabilities. And you have also, so by default, you have also the VFS1. And every user and group providers are based on a particular kind of external data provider also. That's the case for the ADAP1. And from the modules that are already available on the store or in GitHub, there is a CMIS, there is the movie database connector, which is a good way to start and see how the code is working to implement an external data provider. You have the LDAP1 and an external database connector that allows you to connect to any type of database. So now that we have our data inside Jaya using that external data provider, let's see how we can use that and start to build also headless rendering to build our Jaya. So right now in headless, the whole point will be to detach the rendering from its content. On most of the application, they will consume JSON, except for single page application, mobile rendering, or create a new edit UI, for example. That's what we do in Form Factory, on this kind of product, or Marketing Factory, where all the UI is consuming JSON sent by Jaya directly, based using frameworks like AngularJS and things like that. DX right now is offering already can generate JSON out of the box. There is a default rendering views for each node can be rendered in JSON. It's really just the node is rendered, so you will have all the properties directly in a flat state. So that's one of the ways you can use to get JSON. By default, the view is NT-based JSON, so that's why I was saying every node can be rendered in JSON. Another way to render JSON is you can create an action that will return an object, a JSON object, or you can implement your own JAX-RS API. That's the solution that is used in Form Factory or in Marketing Factory. And so that's also there is documentation about how to do that, and it's quite easy to do. And another way will be to use GraphQL. We have some prototype internally, and it's going to come. GraphQL has been introduced by Facebook in the last 2 years, and it's a very nice way to query your JSON data, where in the query you describe what you want on the JSON you want. So it's really interesting because you don't have to get hundreds of properties in your JSON that you don't need. You can get a full tree directly also, instead of doing hundreds of queries. So it's very promising for us, and we are really looking into this. So in terms of conclusion, it's easy and quite fast to get your content in DX using an external data providers. If you have nice and easy JSON to generate your JSON with DX capabilities, then you can have really easy way to build single page application using AngularJS, for example. That's mixing everything together, and those ones are not related to each other, so you can work on your external data providers, work on your JSON, on your views and rendering, and mix all together. You will have a very, very powerful platform. Thanks. Any questions? So know that your content is in DX. You will have also access to Edit Engine, all the flows, the modules, everything. You know, most of you know the power of DX. And so know a little bit. Any questions about that? What you saw, what we've seen?
Checking the chat. I don't see any questions in there. All right, last chance for questions.
So there is documentation coming up about the external data provider. So we'll have all those information on the blog, and we're going to share the slide share, and I will put more example of the code in the slides directly before sharing, so that you will have more example of the code directly.
There is a question in the chat, Cedric. Is there a place where I can find an example of the search implementation?
Of the search implementation, I don't think it's available on GitHub right now. No. There is implementation in the LDAP and in the module, but I don't think it's. If you have access to the private GitHub, yes. Otherwise, it will have to be part of the documentation that is upcoming.
because apparently they did an implementation and they had to tell Lucene to index the data, and it was not that easy.
Yeah.
By the way, you can ask questions on the chat. You can ask it to everybody so everybody can see it. It's supposed to just be privacy. Okay. If there are no more questions, I guess we'll call it a wrap. I want to thank everybody for joining. Thank you, Cedric, for walking us through External Data Provider, and we will see you guys next month. Thank you.